Speedway Boulevard. And I drive down Sunset Boulevard, my hair blowing in the wind. Speedway Boulevard. That is the track that we're at. And we are driving Corvettes. Jeff Gordon has loaned me his other Corvette. And we're just straight up racing at this random place. I don't know what Jeff Gordon's deal is. He just watches the Wheel and Modified series and he's cheering for Elmer Caldwell to win the championship. So he's decided what he's going to do is he's going to challenge me to a race with Corvettes and hope that I wrap myself around a tree. He hopes I Paul Walker myself so that Elmer Caldwell can win the Wheelin' Championship. I'm just going to call it Wheelin'. I'm done. I've given up on the whole Featherlight thing. You see, the thing is that I remember back when I was first playing these games, and I first got NASCAR 2006. That was a very good corner. See, that's exactly what Jeff Gordon wanted. That's exactly what Jeff Gordon wanted. He better have insurance on this thing. That's all I'm trying to say here, dude. But the Featherlight Modified series, back when I first started playing NASCAR 06, I still called it, you know, the Featherlight, because, you know, I've been playing this game for like a good year at that point. Okay. You know, I've said this before, but I got this game the day I got my PS2, which was Christmas 2004. And the game disc that we're playing on right now is that same game disc. It is 2021, and I'm playing this game. How old is this disc? It's 17 years old. It struggled to spin up today. Usually I only put the PS2 on the side for a couple of games, but this game struggled to spin up. And I don't know if that's just the PS2's problem, because this PS2 is getting up there in age too. I don't actually remember when I swear it was 2012. All I know is that my mom was sick, and I knew my mom would not let me buy this if she was in good health. So I waited for my mom to be bedridden from illness, and I went and bought this PS2. It was worth it though, okay? Mom, I know you're not watching, but like, I'm aware you were probably extremely, you know, dissatisfied with my financial decisions that day. But you gotta think about it now. If I didn't have this PS2, I wouldn't be able to do the Tony Raines series. And I got so many donations during the Tony Raines series, which I appreciate so much, that it absolutely recouped the $200 that I spent on this PS2. I don't think it was $200 either. I don't think it could not possibly have been that much. It's worth more than $200. I mean, goddamn, pretty soon PS2s are going to be worth like, I mean, they're like the largest produced console in video gaming history. And they're still probably going to be like worth $1,000 somewhere down the line here. Justin Labonte wins. Jeff Gordon in shambles at the fact that I did not die driving the car. I did die on the same spot in every single lap, but we're just not going to talk about that. The physics engine could not interpret, you know, physical, you know, death. Anyway, Indianapolis Raceway Park. This track is a lot of fun. This might be the best track in the entire game, because at Indianapolis Raceway Park, the inside line is not the preferred groove. It is in fact the middle lane. And this game was actually able to accurately simulate that. It actually was able to simulate a good multi-groove track. That's something that this game was never able to do. EA NASCAR games were never known for their multi-lane races. But then again, honestly, back in the day, no tracks were known for their multi-lane racing. Except for maybe Homestead, probably, like, at the absolute, you know, bare maximum. Maybe Homestead was multi-lane. Alright. And at the line, I got the contract. Hell yeah. But you see, you try and go down in this bottom lane, and no, it just does not carry the momentum like this middle lane does. You have to slow up so much. I love IRP. I mean, I've said I want to go back to Rockingham most of all. Nah. Indianapolis Raceway Park is where it is actually at. Every day of every week, this is where it's at. Ooh, we diamond the corner that time. Damn. Damn, there's just so many ways to get around IRP. There's just so many ways to get around this track. Look at me go, improving the lap every single time around. Okay, it won't happen this time, but hey, it was a good streak while it lasted. But yes, this is the Hugger Oranges truck. It may look fast right now, but that's because there's no one else on the track at the moment. If we had even a hint of competition, I would be sucking. I would be sucking massively. Hey, we got the test. Woo!
Hey, what do you say, pal? You know what my mom used to say to me? Ace? That's right, she called me Ace. Variety is the spice of life. That's why you need to get ready to start racing for a new team. Now, maybe you don't want to, I don't know, but before you say anything, look through what I've lined up for you. The offers are on the table for you at the race shop. Check them out before you make a decision.
I say no. I say no to this contract. It's not worth it. See, there's a reason why we're not going to accept this contract. Because if I take that contract, I'm going to finish last every single race, basically. And if I do that, then my prestige is going to stagnate. And it would be a lot better. You know, we're going to be wasting years in this game, you know, sitting and wheeling. But it's better to do good in this series and not bad in the upper series, just for the sake of, you know, getting better contract offers. Because if I keep finishing last in, you know, Busch Series races, I'm going to lose 1,000 prestige points every single event. And, like, the most you can get in a wheeling race is 1,000, so. Rockingham, speaking of Rockingham, here we are. Rockingham is a good track in this game. You just got to be careful to not get wrecked, but that's every track. I think I can win this race. This might finally be win number 2 on the season for old Justin Labonte. See? You see, in real life, Justin Labonte was struggling big time in his Busch Series career. This is exactly why I went down to wheeling, because his prestige kept getting lower and lower every single time he finished last in a race, even when it was a starting park, right? Can you imagine how much prestige you would lose from starting and parking in this game? Man, Jennifer Jo Cobb would be like a level -99 on prestige. Oh, Jen. Poor Jen. I do feel sorry for Jen sometimes, honestly. Her first race, like, on Racing Reference was when she was, like, 28 years old. And it's like, what was she doing the entire time before that? Jen, what were you up to? 9. Just had an awful turn 1, and I still qualify 9th on lap 1. If I could talk. If I could formulate sentences using vibrations from my voice box and my other assorted vocal cords inside of my esophagus, if I could do that, I might be able to make actual communications that other human beings would be able to parse through their cerebral cortex. Okay, we got the pole. We got the pole. Do I survive to the win? We're about to find out. We need a good race. We need a win is what we need. I was able to destroy the field at Old Spice, but that's because Old Spice is easy. If you get through turn 1, it's easy. Don't do it. Don't you even think about it. Alright, surviving the first lap. That's a very good sign. This is a high-speed track. When you get a better car, you can flat-foot this track, pretty much. But in this pile of garbage, we're just going to take the widest corner possible. You see, if this was real life, that might actually have worked. Get that nice outside line run at Rockingham. It exists. The outside line at Rockingham exists, just not in, you know, EA NASCAR games is all. I was looking at the EA tracks as the phone calls were happening, and I was like, man, this soundtrack in this game is so good. I own most of the albums that are on this. And interestingly enough, I know one that I don't own is the Saliva album. The survival of the sickest. I interestingly do not own that, but I own, you know, Atom Ship, obviously, fucking amazing band. Rest in peace to Joe. I own Magnify, another phenomenal band. See, Atom Ship and Magnify, like, oh my god, dude, those two songs. The rest of the soundtrack of this game could be like Elmo does the ABCs, and it would still be one of the best soundtracks in any NASCAR game ever. Like it, oh my god, dude, it was amazing. This game was so good. It still is though. This game, it's coming up on its what? 16th birthday? No, 18th birthday. This game is almost an adult, and yet, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love this game. But like I said, I thought we'd be able to win this race if I survived the first couple of laps, and here we are. There's still a whole, 2.5 laps left, because all that matters are the corners. We have decent straight line speed in this car, which is helpful, but all that matters is how you get through the corners. And if I keep taking corners like this, well, we're not going to win, I can tell you that much. Alright, into turn 3. Looking really good. You know, we're almost pretty much out of gas, but like, that's just the compensation that the game has, you know. We're not actually going to have to go down pit road in this game, I don't think. Not even in the Cup Series, I'm pretty sure. We shouldn't have to go down pit road. But it still does have that added element of challenge. See, I could turn off, turn off unlimited fuel and tires. But I feel like that would be too easy. Anyway, got the win. Second win of the playthrough, and it comes at Rockingham. Very good place. Very good track. Very happy with the outcome. Let's get that celebration screen going on. Yeah. Woo! Everyone's very excited. 1,000 prestige points. See, if I finish last in a truck race, that's how much I lose. So that's why we're not buying a truck. Oh my god, dude, my back. I'm too young to have back pain, dude. I swear, dude, like, I have had the worst pain that I've had in a while. And my excuse is because I did a shift in the restaurant. I've been doing night shifts for like the past 2 weeks. So there's no excuse for me to be tired, like, at all. But the thing is that my entire body hurts. Okay, that's an exaggeration. My entire body does not hurt. It's getting there, though. Just when I stood up there just then, my back it's just a spot in my lower back that I'm assuming I'm going to have hurt for the rest of my life. I'm just assuming that at this point. Oh, New Hampshire is a good track. This is a place where we could probably get a win, too. The game really does stack the hardest tracks at the start of the season, but then it repeats the schedule, doesn't it? Oh man, well, I thought that was going to be really good. I thought that would be good. Okay. Alright, well that was an awful first lap, but it's fourth. Awful first lap, good enough for fourth. Don't mind me. Wow, this was a much better lap, and I'm probably still going to qualify worse. No, oh yes! Yes, we did indeed qualify worse. Wow. Okay. Okay! Sure, why not? Let's just start on the outside again. Every race must be started from the outside. Don't you know? Don't you know? Alright, alright. That was necessary. You know, if the game would just let me qualify somewhere other than the outside, we wouldn't have had to do that. And he didn't even wreck. You see that? There's no one sitting in the middle of the turn. So he didn't even wreck. Alright. 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 So, alright. Okay. Neat. Very cool. Alright, looks like we're finishing last. Alright, so it took the entire race, but I finally caught up to second to last. And that's the way that we pass him. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, and there's our first logo rival of the playthrough. So if you're new to NASCAR games, logo rivals are basically just landmines waiting to go off. They're basically impenetrable forces in your pathway, designed to make your life a living hell from start to finish. And yeah, so basically if I try to go alongside this guy, he's going to run into me at full speed. He's not an absolute red rival. A full red would mean that he is basically going to do everything he can to end my life, which he already is doing, see? For example, that if his meter was darker, that would have killed me a lot worse. It still hurt, but like the good thing about it is that when they run into you, they hate you less when they run into you. But that's only when they're a logo rival. If they run into you, but they're, you know, neutral, then they get mad. It's just like, it's just stupid is what it is. So anyway, we're going to finish fucking 13th after basically having a race-winning car. Imagine that, Elmer Caldwell finished 4th. Truly an astonishing turn of events this is. And just as soon as I got the points lead, it's gone. Very good. Very good. Hey, we're going back to Red Ball, so that's what I mean when I say that we're recycling through the schedule again. I'm not sure if there's a track that we only go to once. I'm pretty sure we only go to Milwaukee once, I want to say. But we'll go back to Old Spice, which that'll be a guaranteed win as long as I survive the first lap. Elmer Caldwell on the pole! Oh, imagine that! Imagine that! Wow, what are the odds that the cheating McDouchebag is going to qualify on the pole every single race? Imagine that. So a cheating McDouchebag is whoever's closest to you in points, or the points leader, or both. And a cheating McDouchebag is when that driver qualifies on the pole in every single race. Because they do. Whoever's closest to you in points will always qualify in the top 5, and whoever has the points lead almost always qualifies on the pole every single race. But thankfully, we push him off the pole and onto the outside lane. So if we're lucky on this drop of the green here, I should be able to stay ahead of him, and hopefully whoever's behind me can take it into second place here. Yes, just like that. Really, all that matters is making sure that the Elmer Caldwell cheating the douchebag remains on the outside lane for the entire event here. So this is our second time at Red Ball. As you can see, the length of laps is 8 instead of 12, but I'm pretty sure the tire wear is still going to be such that you start sucking halfway through the race. No inside, actually. No one's actually on my inside. Alright, never mind. So there is someone on my inside. Could you not? See what I mean when I say that this is basically such that you were basically, you know, this may as well be a 12-lap race with this awful tire wear? Seriously, dude. That was awful. This remains awful. Could you not? I hate you all. We're not going to get the spot back. Are you unaware of what game this is? Turn! I hate this car. Don't even try gunning through the corner with pace. Just stop. Just stop on the inside lane. Just stop. Block them off the track if you have to. Just stay on the inside. That's the only way you're going to have any level, even a single nanoparticle. A single nanoparticle of success If that's even a phrase used by contemporary scientists. Whatever, we finished fourth. That's good. That's a good thing. Caldwell finished ninth. Suck shit through a straw, bitch. He probably still has the points lead though, obviously. So that race was 1 minute and 53 seconds. Very good. Very good. The fans got what they paid to see, that's for sure. And I'm cheering. I'm happy for that. I was sad when well, that was because I led the most laps. I only led 2 laps this time. So maybe it's only sadness if you lead the most laps and don't win. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe that makes sense? I don't know. Charity race. Charity race does not really do much, especially at Dodge Raceway Stadium, but it gives you prestige points, which you need. So at this point in the playthrough, charity races are good. Later on in the game, they're not going to matter as much. 16 points, and it's not even Codwell. It's Bill Calhoun. I told you. I told you he was the sleeper. And because we're not playing in any of the other series, we don't actually get to see how the championship's going in any other series. Which I've always found interesting. But, hey, what you going to do? Dodge Raceway Stadium. See, technically, every other series races don't actually happen until you make your first start. So when we, buy a contract for a truck, if I do at any point, which I doubt I will. Don't think I'm gonna actually. But yeah, it'll just simulate every other race up until that point. So, all right, very good. I came to the charity race so I could finish last, apparently. The charity races in these cars are just awful. When you have your first contract and you get a charity race, it's just, because they start you in last, and it's like, why? Why would you do that? I can't pass in most tracks. You expect me to pass here? Especially? Come on, give me that clean pass. Yeah. Yeah. Got 1 pass completed in this race. Took me 3.5 laps, but we finally made 1 pass. Hell yeah. Making up time. Making my way downtown. Hello. Oh man, the car sticks. There's absolutely no stakes. So I can throw this car into every single corner and not have to care. Cool. There's Terry Giles, piece of shit. Alright, well this race is over. And the most pointless race in the history of NASCAR YouTube has come to an end. Wow, what was the point of that? I don't know. I really don't know. See, like, the guys in the actual points battle can't be bothered to show up to this race. But I can. Oh, I can. Yep. Alright, we got hero points, and I got 500 prestige points, and like 15,000 fans, so... May have accomplished literally less than nothing in that event, but hey, we got some... So, I'm real fast, and the fact that you're a racer is a fiddle-dee-doo. My mom says let's all die here. I don't understand why. Gonna take that package. Are we gonna take the package? It's good for your health. Your legs will get stronger. We're cars. We don't have legs. Ooh woo!